Hello and welcome to a new tutorial. Actually, I want to talk today because it was a wish for the first steps. For first of all, maybe the installation. The installation is pretty easy. It's the installation of the game. It comes with the game. So when you install probably 1.09, it should be here. When it's not here, then you have maybe the special edition what not comes with the Worldbuilder. So I recommend you go to gamereplace.org, go here to patch info. Actually, better for Middle Earth 2, you can select it maybe. See if it goes here. So when you go to the side of this side here, you can select Battlefield Earth 2. Then you go download version 1.09, go download Battlefield Earth 2. Here's installing the game. And here are the two versions. And don't use the special edition. For the world builder, you need actually this one. So then you go all the steps here. Maybe if you don't want to play online, you can skip this one, can skip this one, can skip this one. But you have to go until 4, you have to go for the game. So I also use 1.09 version 2 for my world builder. It's always important when you make a map for a special patch. You use the patch, and the world builder is on the patch. So when you are on 1.06, you won't have the same library as 1.09 version 2. So let's go how to open actually the world builder and how to open special maps. So you searching actually the app data files ordner. You can search it like this $% app data person and enter. I have it in my shortcuts, and then you search roaming my Battlefield Middle Earth 2 files, and then you're here. And here in the maps, you have all your custom maps. If you normally the folder is empty when you never made a map or never downloaded a map. There comes all the maps inside you create. So now the file system requires when you want to see it in game actually a special pattern. So you have here our maybe canyons of Kant, and you see the map is not named like in the game. I use this kind of pattern, but the important is the folder has the same name as the map. And this is the most important. The other comes later. The art is the mini map. The pig is the little picture you see in the loading screen. Map ini is all the programmation what comes extra in the map. It's not necessary for the map, but sometimes you want special things what are working in the map, and then you create something. And map str file is for every text you bring inside. Here I have the description of the map. I have the name of the map, and this I make here. You can do this, the map description and the map name, you can also rename in Worldbuilder. It's through map boundaries. Yeah. So let's resize this map a bit. This is actually we can start with a new map. So we make now a new map and say we want a easy, really easy um, 2 versus 2 map. The maximum for the size is normally 600 per 600. There are tricks to get it bigger, but it's recommended also to make them too big. Initial I can try with 50. Border size, I always use a border. At the beginning, it can be that I sometimes don't use the border, but it has some reason for using some tools what are just working when I have no border. So now I have here the map. When I double click the middle mouse wheel, or when I go to the middle mouse wheel, I go in the center of the map in the map height. Now there are some stuff I can make in edit map settings, and this is, for example, the initial map height. Uh, 560 is standard for Battle for Middle Earth 2, and I actually recommend it for playing because it's a good high for it. Some people put it in 600 for their map. I also saw some weird maps what had maybe this year in 40 or 50, and uh, it gives you some special I don't know stuff for your map maybe, but it's also weird. So let's go here 50 for 560. This the map name we say test. So in the game will appears this name when I don't make this map point str file. And here comes normal the description of the map. This is a test. This is a test. So there are some other stuff inside here, minimum and here maximum. This means actually under this comes or over this doesn't come the camera. But I don't recommend to change it if you don't have problems with it. And when you got problems with the camera going maybe too low or too down because you have a map with a lot of hills, then just ask me and I help. Your angle also not recommend to change this stuff. Scroll speed multiplier also not. This is stuff what actually the player want to change then. Camera height, max map smoothness. I actually don't know, but I wouldn't change it. This yeah, you can change also shortcuts. It's also just the time of the map. Maybe when you have night, then you get also models of the night. Snowy, normal. This basically it will change the models you use for the inns or something like this. When you make a snow map, you can make snow. When you make a map in the night, recommend to make night. Breath pack, I use this actually no compression, just shortly to change maybe the clouds. You can change the clouds, but it's a bit complicated. I would make it in a other video if you want. So, but yeah, we have now with Control D you can also change this. Control D. The first thing you want is to add players. So you go to, this was fast. I go to edit and search here edit player list. and then I go just add skirmish player. It immediately makes you all the player you need. Additionally, you could create now more player. Let's say you want to make a fifth player inside, or maybe until 8. So let's call him like before player 5, and the display name will be player 5 with underscore. And just do the same thing as the players before. Like here, it's computer controlled. You want to add this as well. Something is weird here, right? Okay, this is good. Now we have 5 players to add, and the first thing in the map you do is maybe adding a waypoint. Here's the waypoint tool. With W you can also choose and can make a waypoint. So now here on the Dropbox you can put now player start point, and you choose where you put the start point. Wait, so this is start point number 1. And let's just make a 2-player map. You get the principle of this. So you have now player 2 start point and player 1 start point. And basically, when you save now the map and you save it in user maps, this is really important. And you give it a name. Test. I want to rename it different than I took the name in the map options file, and I save this. And now basically when I go here, should appear my map. Let's see if it works. Should be yeah, there it is. So I created the map, but the problem is it's loading really fast. The enemy will create some stuff, but what the enemy or the other player will not create are farms. And when you want that the enemy will create farms, you need actually to create farm plots. So you go here where is place objects, going to no, going to neutral structure, and there is something what is calling farm template. So now we have here the 2 player plots, and actually where you place the farm plots, there are points where the enemy or the other computer controlled player will build farms. So you don't want to bring them too close because then the computer is inefficient. And this will actually be enough for making the game running. So when I restart now the game,
All right, get back to work. I know.
he built his farm here where I have my first farm plot. So now basically you could fight this guy. You have a full functional map, and
The building is ready for master.
the other stuff you can do is now adding neutral buildings, adding creeps, and
Another
so on.
building, all finished up.
I go immediately to this. with Control M, when you go here on one farm plot, with Control M, you select all the stuff. Now something is weird because I have usually I have I see layer list. I create here insert new layer, then this farms and merge to farms all my farms. Then I go to hide current layer, and now I don't see them. They are still there, but for creating a map, they are really annoying. So I don't want to see them all the time. Now I go maybe to, let's say we want this guy here, and we want, of course, an inn, and we want maybe the Forsaken inn, or let's just take an regular, oh no, inn not, inn we have, and this one. So these are neutral buildings, and neutral buildings require a flag. Here it's important that you don't build a flag right in front of the units going out, because this is a building what we're recruiting new units. So now we have this three. Let's add some creeps. Fall layer here, or dragon layer here, and let's put some spiders because nobody likes spiders in their map. Important is select them and use here teams. They have to be in creeps, else they won't do nothing. If you have, if you saw once in a map that creep is neutral, the reason is they have the wrong team. They are still neutral. The mapper forgot to add these creeps inside. If an AI in the map once don't build farms, it's missing the farm plots. So you could fix these maps easily by adding the farms, by making here the creeps. So this is so far as go. The other stuff is like we have now the here initial high of 100. You see it here downstairs. So if you wanted a higher ground, you go to 150. Um, I just showed this short what the tool does. Something is happening. Yeah. Okay. It creates here a hill. So you can put here now upper, downer, plus and minus is clearly what this does is actually pretty clear. With this you make the size, the smoothing. With this you could higher the whole map with this tool actually when you make this really high and go here higher. So now it's not in 100, it's in 120. Then we have a smoothing tool which is making this hill maybe a bit smoother. See. Um, Visual tool. I never use it, and sometimes it needs so much resources. Actually, I use the RAMs here. You can make some stuff with it, but I don't use it so often. Maybe some others use it. So let's go to 100, 200. Make some ocean tool. So you make just the ocean with this going here to 110, 110. So you have a little lake here, what is actually nobody can walk in because the water high of this stuff is in 10. Let me show the river tool. Let's just remove this. I don't want to see you again. Control W to see the feedback. Control E to see maybe if something is impossible, like here. Control E. Control W. So Control F to see everything from upstairs. There we have the river tool. Really quick show. I want actually trigger areas visible for working with it. So because I actually showed in the other videos. So go higher, go higher, go higher. Let's go 105. So there we have the river. Can change here some stuff to make it different. This is a wave tool you use when you make an ocean, but I don't know. Let's just do one. I don't know if it's working now. Enable with probably not. I mostly copy them from other maps, so no, I don't remember this. Maybe some of the people who make maps as well know better how to use them. If you something don't know, go in the custom map and just figure it out. It's the best way to learn. Uh, then we have here making textures. Uh, this is just for one tile, and here you can adjust actually how much you want. Um, this is to get actually the texture. This is for filling. These are used to blend some stuff. This is blending like outside, and this is blending inside. So this will be smaller, and this will be bigger. This is when you blend just single stuff. It's actually used. It's a nightmare. I never used this. But if you have problems with some textures or some problems, they look weird, and sometimes you have one tile to fix. This is the tool to fix. And this is a copy tool. When you make a symmetrical map, you can use this to just copy a hill or copy the half of the map. There you have yeah, all the all the units and objects you can use. For decoration, normally I use always civilian, man-made, natural. Here are all the trees inside. Here are decoration structures inside system. I wouldn't touch yet, but there are some stuff what are interesting units. Everything is with Cine will not appear in your game. Here are all the fraction buildings and some other stuff. Neutral is all what is actually with creeps, the farm plots, and everything what you need to make a game work. Creeps and so on. Structure, yeah, I don't use obsolete. Maybe Moria is sometimes interesting for some models I used also, or for special region like this. And well, that's all what you use. Skyboxes, if you want a reflection of the sky in the water, you activate then the reflection in the map any system. This are some effects. I don't remember which. I guess it's just like dust. The most important is in civilian anyway. Audios. Audios are, let's say, let's make here a skill yacht. And this you can hear. I can't hear now because I have maybe disabled. I don't know. Let's see if they can get heard. Logical sound customers. Uh, Never do this before you start the game because it gets pretty loud. Maybe 500. Or I don't have the sound activated. I don't know. But let's go back to the normal. Yeah, 56. Okay. Let's save. This is basically all you need. This is a street tool. This you can make some streets. I showed also in one of my tutorial. This I showed as well in a tutorial. You can never use Cine because Cine doesn't do stuff. You can here select the trees you want, like 50, 50, let's say 10, yeah, okay. And you can add here trees and shrubs. I should as well. And this is when you make a run. Here you can change the size of the run. This I used, you can use maybe for making a burned village. I used it for this. Like this, you make some, it's, I don't know if it's so good to use it because it takes a lot of resources. But it brings actually a shadow inside of the texture, and this is nice. It's just nice sometimes to have it. Waypoints is more for programming, some stuff, trigger areas, waypoints. This you use also for the start points, of course, which we have here. Border, I don't know. I never use it. This stuff I don't use generally. Wall hub. It's in a simple gate. I saw it. It's normally that the EA builds walls, I guess, but they never did. So just ignore it. Oh, this is how we react actually the selection, I guess. How it turns. See, now it turns like this. Now it turns like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's all for today. If you have more questions, let me know. Uh, else, also when you have new questions, want to have special stuff, uh, yeah, let me know. Bye.